We were invited to tour the city of Hebron in the West Bank by a human rights organization known as B'Tselem. Our guide in Hebron was Oran Yakobovich. Once an officer in the Israeli army, Oran was so affected by the situation in the West Bank that he joined B'Tselem. He brought us to Hebron to show us just how bad things have gotten. Following the Second Intifada, which started in 2000, the Army had kept a constant force here and restricted movement of Arab residents.
All right, you see, we're walking now where the Palestinian can walk. Here, Palestinian can walk. And then they have to take left. And they have certain gate. And it's not that it's open from here out. It's just one certain point that they can go through and go back to H1, to where the rest of the Palestinians are living. You see all these houses around. You see how everything is closed. So you can see easily that there is hardly any life here.
This has forced all but a few of the Palestinian families out of the H2 section of Hebron. The abandoned area is now being settled by what many call extremist Jews, who claim the land was stolen from them after the horrific massacre of 67 Jews in 1929.
You'll see the same system running all over the West Bank. You'll see separation of population, you see restriction of movement.
It's so weird.
And they're running free.
I know, it's so bizarre. And these kids are going through it like it's just normal, you know?
You know, the kids
Surreal.
here are part of the game and part of the war. Because if you're a child and you're below 13, they cannot charge you in a criminal act. So what they're doing, the father and the mother would say, go, and they send them. The children would attack me.
They attacked you?
Yeah, but the kids, I cannot do anything about them. So you're filming, suddenly you're getting a hit on the ass or on the leg or in the stomach, and you're seeing kids that small hitting you.
The sad part is what you realize is, so the kids already at such a young age are being bred into believing this is the way of life.
The situation has grown particularly difficult in the Tel Rumaida area of Hebron, where a Jewish settlement lies across the street from the last Muslim home in the area. Known as a cage house, the Abu Aisha family lives caged in their own home to protect themselves from the frequent harassment from the settlers across the street. We were fortunate enough to be invited in for tea to hear the Abu Aisha story and about the program developed by B'Tselem to help the situation.
ربنا وسيدنا محمد وصى على الجار ما سألش إنه يكون هذا مسلم أو يهودي أو نصراني وصى على الجار وسابع جار إنك بده مساعدة ساعده دير بالك عليه أنا في عندي عنب يعني كمية في عندي خوخ في عندي خضار يعني في الكروم كنت أجيب للبيت وأودي لهم أيوة بتسأل بالنسبة لهدول لو سكنوا عندهم يهود بيعيشوش معاهم أنا سألوني إجوا مسؤولين قال لو صار سلام بتعيش أنت وياهم قلت له ولا اليهود أنا عشت أنا واليهود.
Tell me, how did you come up with this program, Shooting Back?
Like B'Tselem vision or the idea that we are trying to create, we're trying to bring stories from the West Bank, from human rights violations to the media, to advocate for the improvement of human rights. And one day me and Karim were driving here, and Karim told me, like this family here, they've got to have a camera because they're getting so much hassle here. Because they're just, a few meters from the settlement and they're getting so much problems and the stones been thrown on them and they cannot walk the street. They have no proof. They don't have to prove because everybody's saying, no, it's not possible, it's not happening, and nobody saw it. And then we gave a camera to the family here, taught them how to film with the camera. Very simple digital camera, it's not that expensive anymore, you can give them away, you don't have to be professional, you're getting a good shot. We give the children the camera and told them, just shoot your life. Just shoot what's happening with you, And then once in a while we come here and see what they're shooting and we get a massive footage documenting what's happening with them. One of the famous one was a clip, that 1 minute clip that a girl from the family, she's 16, was filming when settlers from here tried to lock her in the room here. She's coming here and tried to close the door and shouted at her that she's a whore, she's a whore. And I got back this footage by mistake. I came a few days after because of something else. I got the footage, I saw it, and sometimes the family even don't realizing how extreme their life is. People that living in these checkpoints near the wall, near the in refugee camps, that they're suffering from invasion of the army on a daily basis, they don't realize how difficult their life is, and the people never saw how they're living, because usually when the filming crew come or when the news channels will come, it will never be the same.
Right.
Things will change. Everybody will act and behave differently. And with the camera, when they have the camera and they have their own life and they can document, we have footage at night where soldiers are shouting and singing to them from here. We have footage of stones being thrown on the family, cursing of the family. This is something that only the family can film.
And it's very interesting to know that since we bring the cameras to the family, the violence of the neighbors, the stealers, became down.
Reduced,
because
went down.
They are afraid from these cameras and things which they produce, the children of the family.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, you know, children are innocent. That's what's so sad about this whole thing, actually. These are like sweet kids right here. It's just unbelievable, and they'll be fueled with hatred in no time.
Yeah.
But when you hand a child a camera, he's not going to try to manipulate anyone. He's just, like you said, he's just playing and showing his life. I mean, there's no angle. Like, I'm not trying to say anything's right or wrong. It's just what is. And so, wow, so you've been using a video camera basically as the first line of defense.
Exactly. We got this project shooting back because there's only weapon the Palestinians can fight, and in the end, I think we'll achieve something.